All right, it's parade time. That's a giant weapon. Keep that giant weapon in mind, folks, because that is going to come into play in the storyline much later down the road. And again, we get to see the overlapping texts. I hate seeing that. That means you have very little time to read that text that was being overlapped. Alright, so we are late, so we're going to have to sneak in through a shortcut here. So here is our first minigame. So what we gotta do here is we got to sneak into the back of a line and march and, you know, stay in line while we're marching. Because you see those live TV ratings down there in the corner, bottom corner right there? What I want to do is I'm going to try and go over 50%. That's what I want to aim for. That's when we have to press the X button to shoulder our rifles whenever the captain here gives us the signals. Because he's going to say now, and it's going to keep popping up every now and then. So we got to make sure we hold down the X button, you know, press it long enough to where the game will register it, and it will keep making the ratings go up. Alright, here we go. Got to stay in line. Make sure you don't get too far ahead or too close or too far behind. Alright, so don't march too far ahead or too far behind, and just keep pressing the X button whenever he keeps popping up the nows, the now text. And then that way you'll be able to keep getting the ratings to go up. So we did get over 50%, that's what I was wanting to go for. And for getting over 50%, we get 5,000 gil. That's very good to have. So, that minigame's not really too difficult. It just, of course, takes quite a bit of practice to get used to it. Alright, so Heidegger and Rufus again. Ah, that same airship that we saw when we got to the top of this tower, earlier. That airship is such a beauty, ain't it, folks? And he just laughs it off. Horse laugh. You know, a horse laugh would kind of be like, ah, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm kind of wondering if he's going to actually do that in the remake. Oh boy, we're going to hear a very, very corny laugh in the remake, folks. Of course, he's laughing again. And everyone else laughs in unison, except me. And Heidegger is upset with me because I did not laugh in unison. But then again, was that a military protocol to laugh with them? The captain did not give me nobody gave me the order to laugh. Nobody gave me the order. Well, I'm sure he was. Maybe it's because I didn't laugh along everyone else. Maybe that's why he was so irritated. Alright, so men in a black cape again. Alright, it doesn't matter what you pick, it's always going to be the exact same result. So, we're not going to get a break. So now, the captain here is going to show us how to do the second minigame. So now we're going to be doing some military drills. Reminds me of my high school days when I was a part of the Air Force Junior ROTC program in my high school. Did both unarmed and armed drill. So he's just showing us what the buttons do. Alright, now we're going to practice it. So the key to this minigame is you want to get the timing right. Or at least pretty close to the timing of when they do it. You don't have to get it exactly, but just close enough. Okay, so this minigame's not too difficult. Not really difficult either. Just gotta study the timing. That's what it's all about. Alright, so the captain's like letting Cloud decide on the finishing move. And Cloud's gonna do the rifle twirl. Amazing, right? Haha. That is awesome. That's Cloud doing what Cloud does, man. Alright, so now we're able to move again. Just gotta meet up at the dock. But we'll take this time to explore the rest of the city here. And ooh, who's that? That's a familiar face. Yep, that's Rude from the Turks. He's here. So that's where he's gonna head off into, but ooh, look, a doggy. Gonna pet that doggy. I'll go ahead and show off the different areas in the city here. So if you go in here, so here's our materia shop. So if you want any more of these kind of materia right here, you can. I don't really need them. You go over here. Of course, that's where we saw Rude go into, so we gotta head into the basement here. And there he is. So, at least I don't have to take off my mask. Look at this guy! You know, it really looks like, from this angle, it really looks like his head is burning up from, I mean, yeah, you can definitely see that ashtray right there. But it looks like his head is, you know, right at the very tip of that ashtray to where, you know, his bald head is burning. I mean, I know that's a cigarette, but, I mean, you know, if you look at it like this, it kind of looks like his bald head's getting burned by the lights up there. Oh, excuse me. That was, it just really looked like his head's burning up. So here's our weapon shop. And these are the weapons that you can actually steal. That, all except for the diamond pins or the ones that we stole. So, if you haven't stolen them earlier, this is where you can buy them. Kind of pricey, but it's not really a big deal. Of course, we already stole them ahead of time. That stuck there. Okay, if you go in here, here's our item shop. I think I'm pretty good with items too. Okay, so no need to buy anything. Let's head in here. Gotta make sure you pet the dog. But here's a Shinra soldier right here. Talk to him and he'll move out of the way so we can go into this room right here. But if you go over here... Oh, a second enemy skill materia. Oh boy, definitely worth having. And of course it's worth petting the dog there too. Gotta make sure I pet the dogs. Let's do this one again. I love hearing that. So over here we can get a 1x35 soldier, a mine source, and a luck source. Unfortunately, we can't pet those pets on top of that bunk there. That's pretty unfortunate. Then in this room we can get a power source, and a guard source, and pet yet another dog. Yeah, it's a good doggy. Sweet doggy. Sweet, sweet doggies. Alright. So I have to head on to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Like the Doors. There's another dog right there. But of course this fellow showing us how to get to the dock. I don't think we'll be able to pet that dog right there, so that's very unfortunate. But we can pet this one. Yeah. Alright, so if you go in here... Oh, look who it is. It's the other members of the Turks. Elena, Reno, and hold on. Come on. Trying to talk to Reno. Yeah. And... No. No. I'm not trying to talk to you. Oh, come on now. Stop it. Ah. No! I'm not trying to talk to you. Ugh, come on. Are you kidding me? Ah. Why does this stupid chair have to be in the way? Ah, there we go. Sang Sung. I'm going to have to start referring to him as such, because, like I mentioned many times earlier, his name is Sang, and he just kind of reminds me of Shang Tsung. He really does. I skipped that other room, but we'll come back to that room. But over here, you can get a speed source. If you go up here, we can get another one of these 1x35 soldiers. And who is this? It's the Shinra manager. Remember from the train? Yep, that's him. So that's where you can find him in the city here. And over here... Over here is our second weapon shop. So these weapons here, of course, are weaker than the ones we have, so no need to bother. Okay, so the building that I went past over here. I'm gonna head up the steps here. If you go in here, not only will we get a nice welcome, that's what I'm trying to do. So here is our second materia shop, so we can get the other elemental materia in case you really need it, but you don't need it. I don't really need it. And we get a nice goodbye with a thank you very much. And over here... Over here is our accessory shop. So unfortunately we only have 2 accessories here. We got the silver glasses and the headband. Don't really need either one of them. Plus they're pretty pricey. But if you go down here, it's a save point and a resting place. So I want to at least get the second minigame timed right. Alright! Let's get down to it, shall we? Time to head on over to the docks. The dock side. The dark dock side. I mean, that is dark right there, and we are heading over to the dock side. Anyway, this is where the second minigame is going to take place. Okay, just shrug it off, Cloud. 10. Hoot! The President has arrived. Junon military reception. Look at Red 13 in the back right there. Yeah, we see you, buddy. Okay, here we go. So what we got to do here is we're going to have to use the X, square, circle, and triangle commands to raise our points. Funny enough, the left and right faces actually don't count towards your points for some reason. Even if you were to get those left or right faces completely synced up, they do not count. Why? I have no idea. But as you can see, the standard commands for X, square, triangle, and circle, they count for 10 points. You don't have to get it exactly, but you just got to get it close enough. And I want to go for 100 points. But you can actually get 2 decent items in this minigame. But like I said, I'm going to go for the 100-point one. And this minigame here is really not that difficult. It's mainly about studying the timings, but this one really isn't that difficult. And at the end of the minigame, we'll do that little finishing twirl that we did earlier. The finisher will count for 30 points. So if you don't get enough during the standard portion, you can get a chance for 30 extra points. I'm going to try and get this sucker synced up. Okay, the end of the minigame should be close. Alright, here we go. Here comes the finisher. That looked like it was right on the dot. Woo! I want you all to look at that back at quarter speed. Bask in that. Just make sure you have the volume turned down, because I don't think you want to listen to a video at quarter speed, because I certainly don't. But that finish looked like it was on the dot. Beautiful. I love it when things like this are completely synced up, in unison. I love it. Okay, so a token of the President's kindness. What do we get, I wonder? We get the Force Stealer, a double materia growth weapon for Cloud. Very good. Unfortunately, I can't do that twirl again. That's a shame. You know, I'm kind of surprised on how Rufus, Heidegger, the captain, and the soldiers did not notice Red 13 in the back there. I mean, I'm totally the captain and the soldiers. Wow. I'm sure Cloud may have noticed him. Yeah, he did tell him to stop doing that laugh. I mean, look, you can see part of Red 13 peeking out back there. That little red strand there. Oh boy. Funny how Heidegger just, you know, decided to keep laughing it off anyway. And I find that hysterical in how they were, you know, shaking their heads in unison. I mean, I find it when they do that hysterical. I mean, they were laughing in unison earlier. And yeah, it's obvious that Heidegger has been edgy lately. That's an obvious sign. I mean, we were dismissed. I mean, we were just talking. We weren't standing at attention. I mean, come on now. Yeah, just shrug it off, Cloud. Alright. It's now time to board the ship. Okay, so the ship is going to take us over to the other continent. It's going to... In other words, we are going to break on through to the other side. Like the Doors song. I love that song. Meanwhile, on the ship, we're going to go over to this chest and grab an ether. And as you can see, there's a materia, but of course someone's standing in the way, so we can't grab it yet. But let's go ahead and take a look at our new Force Stealer, shall we? Look at that. Double materia growth, 36 attack, and 100% attack, 100 attack percentage. Unfortunately, there's no paired slots, and it's only been down to 3 slots, but that's no big deal. But who could this be standing in the way? Oh, it's Yuffie in a sailor disguise. But here's where you can increase Yuffie's affection. If you have a tranquilizer, you can, of course, give her one. I'm sure they are. It looks like she's got some seasickness. Who could this be? Oh, it's Ares! How about that? Oh yeah, that airship that we saw at the top of that tower? Yeah, that same one. Oh, look at that sailor! He just walked right through me! Yeah, I'll definitely take you someday. Look at that sailor go. He's getting a heck of a workout in. I mean, so am I. But if you go up here, Who could this be? Ah, it's Tifa. You know, I don't blame you, Tifa. I completely agree with you. Yeah, I second that too. And yes, I wish they would all just disappear. They take away all the people and things you love. Yes. But it's not going to stop her from getting into it, huh? Guess not. If you go over to the sailor here, let's say something's missing. Missing. But anyway, you can access the item shop here. You can buy potions in Phoenix Downs, but I think we're good here. And who could that be? It's like he's doing funny sidestepping. Look at that. Who could this be, I wonder? It's who? Red 13. Yeah, I can definitely tell you're a bit woozy, because you're not used to standing on 2 feet now, are you? I was gonna say, I think you make a fine human being, but I was gonna say, since your tail popped out, you might want to work on your posture, and you might want to hide that tail, buddy. Because I think the tail will be a dead giveaway for you. I'm just saying.